This is the way.
This is the way.
Hi everyone, that's our new podcast name. This is the way.
This is the way.
The way it goes. The way it goes.
Well, hello everybody. This is Gabe from F1 or F Off. I'm here with my co-host Idris. Hello, say hello, Idris.
Hi.
And then we are also here with Reagan from Race Roadie. Reagan.
Hi everybody. Yeah, I'm Reagan. I'm the host of Race Roadie by Reagan, and I like racing, so I happen to be here.
Yeah. Shout out to the first collab of 2024. The first of many versions, right? Let's go.
Hell yeah. Well, everybody, so as we know, the racing season is starting to heat up a little bit. Formula E is kicking off. I just watched the second race there. That's was hugely exciting. IndyCar's been doing its testing. F1 drivers and F1 teams are having a hard time deciding what they're going to be named.
Absolutely.
But amidst all of this, preseason hype, we had decided to collaborate with our friend Reagan here, and have her, sort of also guide us through a few topics in the next couple of episodes. We're really excited about it. And we're going to do a little bit of our deep dives into IndyCar, into F1 cars stuff, and, kind of, give our takes, give our info, give all the stuff we want to talk about. But before we do that, we're here to do something real special and real fun here. That's completely just completely off the wall.
Yeah.
But also very exciting. So yeah, what are we getting up to today on this episode?
If you wonder what preseason does to us racing fans, and
it's so true.
Yeah.
Take a look at what we're doing right now and be like, they need racing. Somebody get some racing.
Yeah.
Like, try again.
We need 300 cc's of racing right now.
Apparently, Formula E is only doing so much. I mean, that's more in jest. But no, the Formula E races have been awesome. Yeah. So before we actually say this, I just realized that what we're about to do. I remember the first book of this series was read to me in the first grade. That's how. Yeah. That's.
Oh yeah.
Was it? Wait. First grade? Not first grade. I'm sorry. Third grade.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're here to talk about Harry Potter, and we're specifically here to sort drivers into houses and also speculate on if they were, if the F1/IndyCar grid was Hogwarts, who the characters would be who.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. In that sentiment, Idris, I will say that my mother attempted to read this book to me, and I was not interested.
Because at the time you're too busy playing Gran Turismo, right?
I was just sitting in the car, and she's just trying to read it to me, and I'm just like, yeah.
And then Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
It was just the movies came out, and that was all fun and exciting, but I didn't actually read the books until the great lockdown of 2020. And so now I have a lot more context, and I'm ready to dive in and get these guys sorted. So,
I was actually more of an audiobook girl. I listened to the audiobooks with my dad, whether it was in the car, just chilling at home, but I just remember vividly not realizing how when the books came out and thinking it was a new revelation until my dad was they've made a movie series out of the entire thing. You're kind of late, Reagan, and I was okay, well, time to watch. Let's
right.
That's that whole thing of feeling born too late to travel and explore the world, and born too early to travel space. That's where we are. I guess that's what your dad was trying to tell you with Harry Potter.
Yeah, yeah. Well, but also too, the HBO's doing this new series, which they're apparently, I heard recently that they are using the books as direct reference to what's going to be happening through, because I guess each season's going to be a book. So
that's good.
I hope if that's what they're going to do, I'm glad they're doing it, because that's just, there's so much context and stuff that's in the books that was not in the movie. And, it's going to be a lot more fleshed out. I'm excited.
That's some Slytherin behavior. That's a bit ambitious.
It is.
That's an interesting risk they're taking right there. Yeah,
it is. But you know what? I hope it pays off. I mean, honestly, I'm cautiously optimistic.
On that note, though, Gabe, here's the thing, because I would assume we're all like pretty big Harry Potter fans. Like, actually, for FUFO listeners and for Race Roadie listeners, we have some Harry Potter crest stickers on the way, so just be on the lookout for that. But anyways, so looking at the cinematic universe, or the universe that is Harry Potter, right? There have been a few entries into the series that have been poorly received, right? So I just to kind of whet the appetite of both ourselves and the listeners, let's just have a quick opinion debate on some of these entries. So, Cursed Child, that I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on, if you've dug into, and then I also want to get your quick thoughts on Fantastic Beasts and where to find them.
Ooh, okay.
You can pick.
Well, let's start with Reagan. I'm curious from her perspective on
you
this.
lit up like a light bulb there. I gotta
yeah. I was gonna say, and I'm a little jaded, so
we're old.
I will say, Cursed Child, I've seen like the physical thing like be performed. I've seen it on Broadway before, so I've been really fortunate to actually see kind of that magic. And I will say, as a stage production, it is like phenomenal. They've really encapsulated the feeling of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But Cursed Child reminds me of Alpha Tower changing their name, where it seems in retrospect like a decent idea. The execution was absolutely terrible.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Preach, sister. Let's go.
Yeah. Fantastic Beasts, on the other hand, is, I'd say, Alfa Romeo changing to Snake. Where it's like, is it something I really think about often?
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
But will I grow to be okay with it? Yes.
Is it something I think about often? No.
I don't. I think about Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban maybe twice a day. But,
that's a good book.
I am not upset by the idea of Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. So it's like my stake. It's like a stake F1 team.
Okay.
I am, on the other hand, upset with what they chose to do with Cursed Child, which is Visa Cash App. What is it? Actually name their team.
Or
according to the logo, it's what is it? It's RB Visa Cash App Racing, but then now it's like Visa. It's like the logo doesn't fit with what they're saying.
I actually have to check the Instagram for them because I don't know their name.
I don't know what is Martin Brundle and David Crofty. What is Crofty? What are they gonna say? Like, I would love to hear their 2 cents on that. I would actually adore to hear what they have to say. Yeah, it's like, are they going to call them Red Bulls? Like, what are they going to do? Like, Racing Bulls? They're not going to call them Visa app cars. Like, what are they going to do?
It scares me.
While you're looking that up, the thought just occurred to me too. Did you guys see the driver announcements that they had this last week on Instagram?
Oh my God! Why don't they fit? Like, why?
What was that? What was that about?
No, I didn't. What happened?
About this, like,
yes, yes. And then if you look at the caption, it just says like the driver's name, but like in all caps. It's like Daniel Ricciardo.
And it has
jeez.
It has like a horn. And then you go to Daniel Ricciardo's, and it's just that, but like inverted colors.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
okay.
And then you look at the thing as a whole, and there's no like symmetry. Like they're not trying to build anything with the post.
No. Yeah, it's like literally like our episode last week where it just that their brand recognition is so poor right now.
Yeah.
Did you know what's, if you want to get a real laugh, go on the F1 drivers like the drivers website right now where it shows the lineup. Yeah. And they just have a cartoon version of the racers' outfits because they don't know what they're going to look like yet. So it's just like a head on like a cartoon black racing outfit for them and for AlphaTauri or for Stake F1.
Oh my God.
Well, before I lose track of
the
thing though, look at that.
It's like Daniel Ricciardo in like some black suit.
It's just like
so funny.
It's like a cartoon.
I think they should just make a meme out of it and just make that the suits.
Just embrace it at this point. Embrace the chaos.
Yeah.
So what are Gabe's thoughts?
All right, so Cursed Child. I started reading Cursed Child immediately after finishing Deathly Hallows, and I could not get through it. I stopped a part way through because I'm like, this is not good. I was not a fan. I just I thought it felt, so much of it felt like it was like forced. Well, we clearly need a bad guy, so let's make him a Slytherin. It's just like, what? It's just, it didn't feel organic. It felt very strange.
Yeah.
And it was also Harry didn't feel like as an adult, his person, and who he was as a adult in the other stories, by the time of Deathly Hallows, it's just very, very disconnected. So I was like, nah, that's not me. That's not my thing. Now Fantastic Beasts, that, I watched the first film, and I thought the first film was perfectly pleasant and fun and interesting. I loved all the animals. I love that he has this animal sanctuary in his bag. That to me was fantastic. I thought that was great. Super fun. I thought they were setting up some plot lines that were great. And then the rest of the movies are just the story of Dumbledore. And why it need why did they choose that to be a vehicle for young hip Dumbledore? And then they changed the actors they changed the actor for the main bad guy twice. So it was it was Johnny Depp, and now it's not Johnny Depp, it's what's his face from Hannibal. And it just feels like a completely different person.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yes. And by the third one, and it's just what is happening? I don't get this. It was just so weird, and nothing made sense. There's all these plot holes, and they were just there's this whole will they, won't they, get together or not get together, and the only two characters I cared about was the comic relief Muggle guy, and then the one wizard
Jake Kowalski.
lady who fell in love together, and I'm just yes, I ship them. And then all of a sudden it's no, I don't. Why did this happen? It's just I was so confused. I just these are clearly, this was somebody in a board meeting somewhere is just okay, so the first one was pretty well received, so what are we gonna follow up? Oh man, we need a young Dumbledore. Brilliant. And it's just you could have just made that a whole other movie, and it would have been fine. Why did you have to derail the whole there was hardly any monsters in the last one. So
as an actor reading the script of Cursed Child, I was this is the definition of telling and not showing.
Yes.
I can't have emotion on words that are literally I'm sad. It's but how am I supposed to act out the sadness when you're just saying that you're sad? That's not enough.
So what I'm hearing is that the Warner Brothers executives sat down and they were working with OpenAI before ChatGPT got released, and they said, okay, I need a script for Harry Potter. I am sad.
Harry Potter is sad boy.
Harry Potter struggles to be a parent.
Excellent.
It's full circle. It's what is going on?
I mean, I'm not surprised, because I think that was maybe the idea, he lost his parents at a young age and he was raised by Muggle jerks, so he's not going to be a very good parent. But I would imagine Ginny would be a great parent, because she had wonderful parents their entire life. So a good example. So who knows? But I'm very glad that you said that, Reagan, because that is one thing that I've often, a lot of times with movies and shows, when I try to explain to people why they're bad, it's because that very specific thing, that bad writing is when when a script tells you what you're supposed to be thinking and feeling, rather than showing you what you're demonstrating it, you know. That's in a lot of really, really bad stuff. Like I was saying earlier, I was watching Jurassic Park 3. Same thing. They literally have a scene where they're just these dinosaurs are dangerous. Remember the last time we were here? Oh yeah, that was really dangerous. They tried to kill people. Oh, we got to be really careful because, those monsters are out there. Remember that other island? Oh yeah, Island B. Yeah, that one guy got attacked by. It's just I'm sitting there who wrote this? Why?
ChatGPT, I need a script.
They introduce a giant dinosaur that they're like, oh, this one's much bigger than the last one. And then it's like, okay, so you're telling us this. And then they proceeded to have a dinosaur battle between the bigger dinosaur and the previously bigger the previously big dinosaur, like 5 minutes into the movie. And I'm like, this is too soon, you guys. You didn't like give some room to breathe, you know.
There's no groundwork to this.
There's no groundwork being done. No. Well, you know, speaking of groundwork though, we have done a lot of groundwork to try and figure out our picks and our decisions about the F1 grid and what house they're going to be in, what their personality is, and you know, we also have decided that there's a few drivers that we want to run through the actual test itself. So I guess how do you guys want to proceed? What are we going to start with here?
Well, just some background real quick. So yeah, we got a lot of drivers, right? And just to make sure we're showing our Potter cred here, we're using the official Pottermore quiz, because there's a lot of these Harry Potter like sorting hat house quizzes that it's like, oh, you see a needy animal on the side of the road, and then the answers are like, rescue it, take it home, like put it out of its misery. You know what I mean? It's like clearly like trying to ding you like so easily. Like it's very like, oh, this is clearly the Slytherin choice, or the
this is the You
know what I mean? Like
you snake over there and kill them. Like
a new opportunity prevents itself. You are ambitious and take the opportunity. You are wise and think about the opportunity. You are loyal and stay at your current job.
You protect him like a lion. Like it's really like clearly.
It's like, okay.
But at least with the Pottermore sorting, it's like they're a little more vague, which makes it more fun. So
yeah. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna divvy this up. So we picked some F1 drivers, some Formula 1 drivers, and we picked some IndyCar drivers that we want to run through this quiz. There are a few drivers of prominence that are pretty popular that we're not going to do, just because I think like that's not as fun, because I think we can all kind of give a good guess as to who we think that would be. So I think what we might do is maybe afterwards kind of give our thoughts on what we think that person would be, and just kind of debate if it comes down to it.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think maybe I would recommend we just kind of give our picks, or we just go through. Maybe let's go through the quiz, answer the questions for the driver, and then afterwards, before we hit like submit and get the result, we kind of give our thoughts, like boom, boom, boom. Like
who
I think
it's
Hufflepuff, I think Slytherin, I think Gryffindor, and then
Okay.
So I would say we get started with your boy. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say I have the quiz pulled up too,
cool.
So I can if you want to start, I can start running the questions. And we can
you drive.
It,
yeah.
So.
All right. Okay. So I think we're gonna start with Max Verstappen. I mean, he's the GOAT right now, and
the number one.
Yeah, he's actually, what would be like the recent GOAT, the recent of all time?
The recent GOAT, the road.
The GOAT.
The Rego.
I mean, well, I think like ultimately that boils down to what your opinion of Lewis Hamilton is. Like
that's true.
You either think he is the GOAT, or you think he's just a recent GOAT. Because there's still people that think that Michael Schumacher and Ayrton Senna are the GOAT.
Are the GOATs?
Which, you know, I believe that there are multiple GOATs. I don't think that there's. I mean, I know that there is the term the greatest, but
I think like in any sport there are like multiple like people that you just can't ignore, like their legacy.
And
it's even more with Formula 1, because you just always go through different eras and different car buildups, so it's like you never know, like, you know, Fangio, for example, like we don't know how he'd fare in a car now. He's like the first guy to like win a ton of championships.
Right. And he raced well into his 40s too. So it's like, you know, in cars that didn't have seatbelts. So it's hard to sort of like put all that together. But I mean, I would say that Max is definitely one of the greats. I mean, at this point, it's pretty undeniable. So, but let's start with Max. So
a quick, and I'm going to say this too real quick. How we're going to do this? We should do an F1 driver, IndyCar, F1 driver, IndyCar. So go back and forth. So I think we'll start with Max, and then afterwards maybe jump right to Alex Palou. Recent champ from IndyCar. So all right, let's do it.
Okay, so first question is, at Hogwarts, you would want to study. Answers are everything, apparition, secrets about the castle, hexes and jinxes, transfiguration, broom flying, or care of magical creatures. Now, Max Verstappen.
Broom flying.
Okay, yeah, he's all about speed.
Absolutely.
Okay, he is all about speed.
There's no way he's definitely broom flying.
It's broom flying, 100%.
Can we just say the care of magical creatures is probably like the last class he would pick?
Probably. Okay, now here's an interesting. What smell do you think is most appealing to Max Verstappen? Home, the sea, a log fire, or fresh parchment? I want
to say home just because he does a lot of sim racing.
I want to say the sea because doesn't he have a yacht?
Oh,
I think he does. Well, he's also like I think of like Zandervoort is on the beach, right by the sea.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So, but I do like Adjuse's like home because he does do a lot of sim racing. I would say either the home or the sea. What do we think? The sea seems more dramatic.
Yeah, Reagan, you tie break for us.
This is hard now. I'm gonna say the sea just because I feel like he has to travel. He has to vacation.
Okay.
So I feel like
I thought.
All right, I'm into it. Okay. All right, the sea. Okay. All right. Ooh, here's another one. Okay. A troll comes into the headmaster's study. Select the following items in order you would want to save them. So either a dragon pox cure, a student record that goes back 1,000 years, or a book of indecipherable ruins that was owned by Merlin. So basically, it's like a priority of which one he would save first.
I think cure. I think for him, Max has talked about records not being important to him at all. So records is the last one.
Is last? Okay, so records is last.
And cure would probably be the first. I don't think the book he'd care about.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. I think he would care a lot about like that.
So the cure book records then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense to me. Okay, yeah, he doesn't care about records. He knows he's the best. At least right now. Okay, okay, what do you think he would rather be? Trusted, liked, praised, feared, envied, or intimidated?
Imitated.
Imitated.
That one.
Imitated?
I think so, yeah. Because like you said, like the records don't matter to him, and I don't think like with all the kind of quote unquote drama with like Drive to Survive and him not wanting, I think he's just all about like he does it for the racing. And he's waiting for someone else to come along and like do it for the racing. Like that's how you race. So,
I could. I agree with that.
I think the one that sticks out to me is feared, because he just seems like a warrior. You know, like he wants people. I mean, like look, like how many times has he driven side by side with someone going into the apex of the corner, and they're just like, abort. You know, just,
I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess I feel like for me, like we know he doesn't care about being liked. We know he doesn't care about being trusted, or praised. So yeah, my thing would be either be envied. I would say either envied or feared. Yeah. And then Reagan, you said imitated.
Yeah.
They're good options, honestly.
I feel like he wouldn't want to be feared though. Like I fear strong word just because it's like I think he wants to put pressure on other people, but I don't think he exactly wants to like scare them.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he is. Yeah. I think he is feared just like just because as a byproduct. I think he's feared because of how he is. But yeah, I'm gonna go with imitated. I think that's right. I think that he would want people to try and like do what he did, or like would want to emulate him. Like I think that would just feel like a bunch of respect, you know. So okay. You and your friends want to cross a bridge, which is guarded by a river troll. He says that you have to fight him to cross the river. So what would Max do here? So he's trying to cross the bridge. The troll's like, you have to fight me. So he would either confuse the troll, have all three of them fighting without telling the troll. So him and here's the real question: who's with Max trying to cross this bridge?
GP and Christian.
Ooh.
Well, wait, hold on. And your friends. Oh yeah, okay. Okay. All right. I was thinking like, because he's not gonna have Perez. I don't think he really cares that much. Yeah. Okay, so it was either control, have all three fight, volunteer for the fight, or draw straws to see who fights him. How do you think Max would do this?
I think he just rallied the troops and just fight with his friends. Like
Just
I
have
don't
all three of them.
Yeah, I don't think if he's with GP and Christian, he would definitely just be like, all right, guys, like, let's go.
Yeah, Christian doesn't play by the rules.
Yeah.
So he definitely wouldn't tell the troll that they were all three of them gonna fight. They would just go at it. They're very cutthroat at Red Bull.
Yeah, yeah.
Christian is secretly really like. I mean, like we know he's protective of Max, but I feel like he's very secretly like would jump into Max to like save him. You know what I'm saying? Like the dramatic slow mo. So I think it would be all three of them.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah,
right.
okay,
I like it.
With which path does he take? Does he take a twisting, leafy path through the woods, a dark lantern-lit alley, a wide, sunny, grassy path, or a cobblestone street lined with ancient buildings? I'm gonna say twisting, leafy path because I just feel like he's a driver. He's gonna want to like get all the apexes and path through through the woods. And
it'd be an interesting challenge for him to taltalk about in his sim racing group.
Yes. I think it'd also be cool because if it's like a leafy path, maybe he'd be on an ATV, so he's like testing out like a new like.
New type of race. There we go.
Is Max
back out of it?
Is Max an outdoorsy guy? Do we know this?
I haven't seen like content of him in the outdoors. So maybe not, but I feel like maybe if it's like something that gives like is thrilling.
Yeah. I feel like a wide, sunny, grassy path is a little too boring for Max.
Yeah.
I don't know if he really cares much about like ancient ruins. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to twisting leafy path. I think it seems more interesting.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick.
Okay. What do you expect people to do when they think about you after your death? So Max has passed away after 17 world championships.
Immortalized. Yeah.
So either miss him with a smile, remember his achievements, don't really care, or spread the stories of his adventures.
Are we all gonna say the answer on the count of 3? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Don't remember really care.
His Really? Okay, do we all have 3 different answers?
Wait, Gabe, what did you say? I think Gabe and I said the same thing.
I thought he was going to remember his achievements.
I thought that's
yeah. Idris, you said I don't really care.
Well, I think that's what he would say. I think he would say, I don't care if people remember. Yeah, I maybe I misunderstood the question. Oh man, that didn't work out at all.
It's like, what do you expect people to do when they think about you after your death? So I think it's impossible that people are not really going to care, because I think people are going to care, because there's people that are, the Orange Army is clearly going to care if he dies.
I think you were on to something with what he would say, but I think the question is asking what people
would do. Yeah, that is
we were both right in retrospect, but the question I think calls for like how would people grieve.
Thank you for assuaging my ego here. Thank you.
And well, and clearly nobody needs to spread the stories of his adventures because it's all been televised. So and there's definitely people who are not going to miss him with a smile necessarily. I mean, maybe his close friends and family, but I think remember my achievements is the closer answer.
Good. I will.
Now here we go. Now this is what he wants. So he says after he's dead, people should remember him as the kind, the great, the intellectual, or the bold.
I'm going to say the bold on this one.
I was about to say, I think I'm going to go with bold.
Okay. Yeah, because like I get a feeling like Max. I feel like Max is, I think he realizes how good of a driver he is, but I don't think he's trying to achieve all the greatness in the world. I think he's just kind of riding riding the wave as it's coming along. But I do think that he does pride himself in the bold choices that he makes. So yeah, I would say the bold. That sounds right to me for Max. Okay.
I'd say the bold too.
All right, cool. Okay, what's Max's worst nightmare? Everyone forgets him. He's trapped in a dark room. He's standing at a height, or he's being mocked by others.
So just to make sure, go ahead, Reagan.
Trapped in a dark room because he wouldn't be doing anything, and I feel like it would like really scare him that he's gonna like miss a race or he's gonna like never see anybody again. I feel like if he doesn't have like
what's going on?
Sort of like thrilling, like adrenaline rushing, like stimulation of sorts. Like if he can't sim race in a dark room, like you never hear the end of it. It'd be bad.
Oh no! What's going on, you guys? I don't
know. That was actually really good.
Where's the race? I just don't know. I love that. I love that answer. I mean, I was gonna see that. I was gonna say like being mocked because I feel like he. Well, actually, no. I don't think Max cares. Yeah, no, it's trapped in the dark room.
Yeah,
because I think Reagan, when you said that he was gonna miss a race, I think that's instantly on the head. I feel like that's a dream he probably actually had in real life, that he was trapped in a dark room.
Like in a sweat, like, okay, am I too jet lagged? Like, have I messed up a time or something?
Oh no, I can hear the race starting outside the door.
He'd probably still win it. Like he'd probably like get up and just like sprint it.
Oh, okay, perfect. Excellent. Okay, halfway through. If you can make a potion that's going to guarantee you one thing, what is it going to be? Okay, so Max is brewing up a potion that will either give him, that will guarantee him love, glory, knowledge, or power. I feel like we've already established that Max does not care about the glory.
Yeah.
You know, even though he has it, it's not like something he wants because I feel like he already has it. I mean, like love? Oh, yes, no, love, because it's from his dad. That's what he wants.
I would go for love. Yeah, I think.
He wants his dad to love him, so he wants
a potion
that will get.
Oh my God! Wow.
That's fair, but that's crazy.
Is this bad? Was that a bad thing to say?
I was thinking more of like, oh, like his like Kelly PK's daughter. Like you'll see her interrupt the streams, and like it's so cute, and he has like a good like, father dynamic. And then you were just like, he really wants his dad to love him, and I was like, oh, I mean that too.
Oh my goodness! See the Gabe, I'm still losing on that. Like that's a conversation for another episode.
I feel bad.
So the thing is, I feel like when someone makes a potion to guarantee themselves something, that means it is something like they feel. I guess it would be love. Love is probably the best
he has
answer.
Glory.
Yeah, he has glory.
Has power.
He has power. Yeah, I feel like he wouldn't want it to be knowledge because he wants to figure out how to like race a track or course better, right? Like he wants to figure it out himself. So love, I feel, is the only one that's left, and for the reasons
only one that's
alluded to.
That's guaranteed. That's like he can't earn, so he needs to have something that he. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. There we go. This is an interesting mix. I really, at this point, it is up in the air about what Max is going to be because I have no idea. Okay. Out of the 4 goblets. Out of 4 goblets, which ones would he drink? So a golden potion that caused that. So basically what this is it's describing you what the goblet looks like. Okay. But not necessarily what it does. So the first goblet is a golden potion that causes bright sunspots for a dance around the room, a silvery potion that sparkles, a potion with a smell of plums and chocolate, or a potion that makes you see strange visions.
Well, I'm looking up what the Zandvoort trophy looks like.
Okay.
Ooh, and that's a good idea.
I feel like that would kind of dictate what he would choose.
Yeah.
Want something that looks like something he'd get, and it's white, or at least like this one is. I'm getting some different ones.
Yeah. Well, I feel like he's used to like. I mean, most trophies are silver, right? They're not gold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly, based on how these are explained, Max isn't someone who does things to be fancy. So I see our third option here, a potion with the smell of plums and chocolate, and I feel like I could hear him saying like, "Oh, it smelled nice. I wanted to try it." You know, that kind of thing. You know?
Yeah,
I feel like
I guess it's true.
I just don't see him like you see him like the only reason he'd want the potion for a dance around the room would be with his stepdaughter, right?
Yeah. I mean, what do you think, Reagan?
I could see him. I don't think this was an option, but I think he would choose the one that Lando broke. I think he would choose the most unbreakable one just to make sure that Lando cannot come near it.
Yeah. Well,
so maybe plums and chocolate, because Lando's a picky eater, so I feel like maybe he wouldn't like plums.
Okay. Awesome. My thought was that he was just going to go for one that reminds him most of a trophy. But yeah, no, you guys are selling me on the plums and chocolate. He is Dutch too, right? There's a lot of Dutch chocolate out there. Yeah. I'm gonna go with that. The smell of plums and chocolate. Okay. That's great. Okay. So he's approached. Max is approached by a Muggle who calls him a wizard, or a let's say a Mercedes fan that calls him a joke or something. So how would he react to this? He will either ask them why, agree and offer a sample of a jinx, agree and walk away, or offer to call a mental hospital.
Absolutely.
Agree and walk away. Agree and walk away. Because he's like always like so stoic in press interviews. Have you seen the clip of him where he's like, I'm done with all these questions? Like that one?
Yeah.
He would definitely just be like, I mean, yes. And then just like
just walk
yeah.
I mean, yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. Max has that. Yeah. Max has that sort of like, I'm world champion and you're not, so I don't really care.
So nonchalant, like any option where he's just like reclined in a beach chair, like you come to me, like it's
yes, yes, I am driver. I agree and walk away, 100%. Yeah,
I think the only person I can think of who would say I will offer to call a mental hospital is Fernando Alonso. Like he just has that kind of energy. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you crazy?
Yeah.
I would want him to say it in Spanish though, so that like people like wouldn't know what he said, but it's like his own like little joke with himself. Like
exactly.
He'd be so pleased with himself.
I can also imagine Botas saying that in just his like really dry delivery. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. He definitely walks away with that. Okay. Ooh. Now here's one. This is weird. Okay. Which instrument does he find most pleasing to his ear? A violin, a piano, drums, or a trumpet?
What's his favorite kind of music? Actually, is it just like Eurotrance?
I want to say piano. Because I think he secretly listens to Charles Leclerc's music. Like, I genuinely think that, like, his white noise when he's, like, trying to fall asleep or, like, on a plane. Because he's always on a jet with Charles. Like, sometimes they're, like, on a jet together. So I feel maybe, like, Charles is trying to compose, and he's just, like...
Well, I can tell you what it's not. And that's a trumpet, because every time he wins, he has to hear, like, the band rendition of the Dutch national anthem with the loud trumpets blaring, and I'm sure he's tired of that at this point.
So, I just looked it up. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I want to hear this.
Apparently, Max Verstappen has a Spotify playlist. And on top of that, he did participate in an interview in October 2016 where they revealed F1 drivers on the grid. They revealed their favorite music choices, and Billie Jean by Michael Jackson was his selection. Yeah.
Wait, why does he have good taste?
Oh wow.
Also, I'm looking at his playlist here, guys. This is pretty cool.
Okay.
Where is it?
Here, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat here.
I need to see this.
And that's it. That's if this is like Max Verstappen official, or if this is just what he tells his. Yeah, this is by Red Bull Racing Live is the handle. I think this is legit.
Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. He's a pop guy?
That's what I'm saying. Halsey and Bruno Mars and Selena Gomez.
Drake, like, okay.
Yeah, okay. I see you, Max.
I see you, Max. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it just the 12 songs that hits his playlist? Okay.
I think it's probably updated every now and then.
Okay. Okay. Well, that honestly, to me, pop is synonymous with piano in my brain, in my head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So so I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna side with Reagan on this, and I'm gonna say piano.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay. If Max could have a superpower, which would he choose? Read minds, change the past, talk to animals, invisibility, change your appearance, or super strength? Which one would be most advantageous as a driver, do you think?
I think invisibility. Because I think he would like full on skip press conferences.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. No, I agree with that. He would definitely wouldn't. Well, maybe, I mean, I guess he could. No, he wouldn't want to change the past.
Well, this is gonna sound kind of sad, but like, I really do want if we're digging into this guy, right? Like, how good is his relationship with his father and his mother? You know, so is that something he'd want to change? I mean, sticking to the driving thing, maybe invisibility. I can't see anything else that really fits him. I don't think he cares to read other minds. I don't think he cares to change his appearance.
Yeah. Or
talk to animals or anything like that.
I think invisibility is good.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna side with. I like that idea that Reagan had about him being able to skip press conferences. I also think he was just trying to avoid his fans when he's not. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
not
gonna go
feeling
with
it.
that.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, if Max could choose what house to be sorted into, which one do you think he would choose? Or it gives us a fifth option here. The sorting hat should decide where I should be.
That one.
Think so? Do you think Max is passive in that way, or do you think he would choose?
Honestly, like, I think he's the type of guy that would sort himself into Slytherin, like, for the laughs. Like, I feel like he'd very much be like, oh, like, you want to make me the villain? Like, yeah, I'm Slytherin.
Just lean into it.
Like, I feel like it would just be one of those Max moments where he's like just accepting of it. So I feel like I think realistically he'd be like, I don't care, put me wherever. But I think like if asked, I feel like he would like ironically say like I'm a Slytherin. Like I feel like that'd be really funny.
Okay.
I can feel that. Right. I can feel that.
I feel that. Okay. I think it works flying in the face of some of the answers that we've been given too. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Yeah. Okay. According to Max, what is hard to deal with? Hunger, being ignored, boredom, cold, or loneliness? Well, clearly it's boredom.
Boredom.
Because he gets bored all the time in the racetrack, right? He's always talking about, oh, this is, okay, so what should I do?
I feel like Max and Fernando are synonymous with, like, I'm so ahead of the game. It's not even
funny. Like,
do you remember that moment where Fernando was watching Lance Stroll in the mirror and like
on the television? Yeah.
The television was like, oh, like good for him. He's doing okay. Like,
yeah, they could put up like episodes of The Office, and I'm sure Fernando would just be like laughing. He'd just be like, "Huh, yeah, I remember that moment."
I feel like Max,
Prison Mike,
like a modern
Prison Mike.
Prison Mike is so funny. Yeah, Dementors. The worst thing about prison was
they took your soul out of you in the heights. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with boredom. I think he deals with boredom a lot.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so he enters a magical garden, and what does he look at first? Does he look at a luminous pool with something in its depths, a statue with a twinkling eye, a silver tree with golden apples, or talking toadstools?
Let's see.
I feel like I don't know. I'm thinking.
I don't think the toads. I think he'd be
I don't know.
And stay away from the toads.
Yeah, I think he would stay away from the toads. I think the luminous pool, maybe.
Yep. I think the pool, because he'd be like, "Oh, what's that down there?" You know, that kind of thing. He'd just be curious.
I think he would be curious enough.
Have you seen like the Red Bull Monaco videos where they're like around the pool and they're like laughing? Do you remember this? I feel like he'd be like, oh, like jokingly be like, oh, we should film here. Like it would be very funny if we did.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm sure. I think he would probably try and. I think he would be curious of what's in its depths. I don't think he'd be swayed by a silver tree with gold apples because he already has a bunch of silver trees and gold apples with all his trophies. So like he could like turn them into one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the luminous pool. I think that's right. I think that's right for Max. So we're going with that one. Okay. So there are 4 boxes in front of him that he can open. A plain black box that has silver runes. That he knows is the Mark of Merlin, a golden box that has carved feet and secret knowledge and unbearable temptation lurking within, a pewter box which says, I open for the worthy, or a tortoiseshell box that sounds like it has something living squeaking inside.
I feel like he'd do the worthy one.
Yeah, the pewter box that says open only for the worthy, because I think he thinks he's worthy of everything.
He would just be like, come on.
Like yeah.
Like, come on.
Who else is more worthy than Max, the king Verstappen?
I was actually gonna say the tortoiseshell box because I think he'd want a little kitten. Like if he's like, oh, is there a little pet in there? I could see him having a little pet like by his side while he's doing sim racing. That'd be
you know what?
He seems like he has a really sweet soft side.
Adri's coming in, Adri's coming in with the real choices here.
Yeah.
Oh. You're right. He did break down a door to get his trapped cat out, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, I completely forgot about this. I think it'd be a pet.
It would be the box then.
Yeah, the tortoiseshell box. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. Okay. 2 more. What would he never like to be called? Ignorant, cowardly, selfish, or ordinary?
Cowardly.
Ooh,
really?
would not want to be called cowardly.
Hmm.
Because he's super max. He's the line, like he's the man. Like he doesn't care if people are like you're ordinary because he knows like he's epic. Like he's broken all these records and this stuff. Ignorant, he's just like, okay, you know, think of me whatever you want. I know who I am. But I feel like what was the other one?
Is ignorant, cowardly, selfish, or ordinary?
I don't think he'd care about being selfish because I think he actually is a sweet person.
Sure.
So I think
I think cowardly is right because I feel like he would just think about all the stuff he went through with his dad and how brave he was as a kid to like endure all that.
Yeah.
And then he would be like, "How dare you call me a coward?" Yeah. No, that's perfect. That's
good. Also, he goes for what he wants. So I feel like if somebody called him
right,
like absolutely not.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. No, 100%. Okay.
Yeah. That's a good pick. Yep.
So last question, which would he be most likely to study as far as like creatures? Centaurs, merpeople, werewolves, goblins, ghosts, vampires, or trolls?
Ooh. Like off jump, I kind of have it narrowed down to 2 in my opinion.
Okay.
I think it would be between ghosts and werewolves, I think.
Okay, why do you say that?
The ghosts, because we're going to that whole invisible thing, right? Being there but not being there, right? But then there's also with the werewolves, right? It's like that killer instinct he has where he's like how to turn it on and off, right? And like you're dealing with the beast, the animal inside, right? That always wants to unleash itself, and you know those are the 2 that kind of pop out to me.
I feel like he would go with werewolf. Like I feel like with ghosts he'd be like haha, keep thinking like you know supernatural stuff. But I feel like with werewolves he'd actually like wait. Pause for a moment. Let's think. Like, he's cool.
Yeah.
Could be.
That's good.
Max does feel like a werewolf kid. Like I imagine, like when he was in grade school, he had that shirt that was like a giant moon, and then like superimposed a couple of wolves like howling at it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that was a shirt he probably had. Yeah. I can't imagine him being like a fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Or like, you know, any sort of supernatural stuff with like ghosts. It just doesn't feel like his thing. Yeah. Yeah, he definitely feels like a crunchy werewolf kind of guy. So I'm going to go with that. Okay. So let's see the results.
Before we get the result, right? Okay. What did we all think he was going to get prior to this?
All right.
I said Slytherin.
I also said Slytherin.
You know, I said Slytherin. However, I'm starting to second guess that now. I think he might be more of a Gryffindor. And also he has a gold lion on his helmet. So
hear me out. I think he could be a good Ravenclaw because he's really calculated.
Yeah,
like, really calculated, and he like I don't think he cares that much what people think of him, but he cares that much like what he like leaves behind. So now I'm Slytherin or Ravenclaw.
Well, guess what? We were all wrong. He's a Hufflepuff.
What?
Yes. He is a Hufflepuff.
What?
Uh-huh.
I'm actually going to take that as word because I think we were so spot on. Like, we thought so hard about this answer.
What? I think that Max's exterior, I think like what he presents himself as a professional is not what he really is as a person. Yeah. And I think it's proven with the fact that like he like, you know, destroyed his door to save his cat. Like he's like taking on the stepfather role as with Kelly Piquet's like daughter and like being like a, you know, like a good dad. Yeah. I think that he has this soft interior because of what he had to go through with his dad. So I think he's like, you know, but I also think that, yeah, because his sort of like nonchalant kind of like, I don't really care either way kind of nature just makes him more kind of passive in a sense of like not being, you know, too intrusive. And it's not that like he can't be ambitious. Like, it's, you know, there's plenty of ambitious Hufflepuffs, you know? Yeah, that's, you know, the more I think about it, like, I'm not mad at that.
The more I reflect, I'm like, wait, that actually checks out. Yeah.
So Hufflepuff or Gryffindor, but yeah.
I pulled up the definition, just how Hufflepuff is defined on the Harry Potter Wikia, right? Mm-hmm. Hufflepuff is the most inclusive of the 4 houses, valuing hard work, patience, loyalty, and fair play rather than a particular aptitude in its members. It has produced the fewest dark wizards of any house, so there's that.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see snacks.
Wow. I mean, honestly, that is 180. Yeah, from where I thought he'd be. Yeah, I was kind of with you too, where I was like, oh, Slytherin, maybe Ravenclaw, but wow,
right?
Wow,
wow. What a bombshell right at the gate.
Yeah,
what a bombshell right at the gate.
We had 3 people. Yeah, none of us even remotely consider that.
This is Harry Potter at first sight, where us 3 experts have paired a house with their respective driver, and we got it wrong, folks. We got it wrong. Wow.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. So,
yeah. Ooh,
that's
I'm
amazing.
Stunned.
Okay.
I'm stunned.
Okay. So, okay. Now here's the next question. Okay. So we want to do next. We want to do an IndyCar driver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who would you recommend, Reagan?
Yeah. Who should we do, Reagan? Who do you want to do?
I really. Wait. This is actually hard now. I'm gonna let you guys pick because you guys know less about IndyCar than I do, so I feel like I can go off more than you guys can.
Like I kind of want to do Pato O'Ward. Like he just seems like a cool, fun guy.
Yeah,
and I'd be like, I want to see how close we can get to this.
I can vouch for Pato, so I'm excited.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm excited to see like how much like my interactions with him have been spot on.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Yeah. So, first question. So what would he want to study? What would so everything, apparition, secrets about the castle, hexes and jinx, transfiguration, broom flying, or care of magical creatures. I feel like hexes and jinx. I feel like he's a prankster.
He's definitely
definitely
up there. Yeah. I could 100% see him do hexes and jinx. I think hexes and jinx or transfiguration, but I'm leaning more towards hexes and jinx.
Yeah, I think he would spend his time pranking the other drivers.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Him and Felix or his old teammate Felix have like that very like playful banter.
Yeah.
They're kind of like George and Fred sort of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay, what smell is most appealing to him? His home, the sea, fresh parchment, or a log fire?
I think his home. I think his home because he lived in Texas, but he's from Mexico originally. He drives under the Mexican flag, but because there's no Mexico IndyCar race, like the Texas circuit was his home race. And so I think he cares very much about where he's rooted. So I would think like home.
Okay.
I like that.
I like it. All right, next. So this is the one about the saving the 3 items. So the cure, the school records, or the Book of Runes. Which would he prioritize first, and which one would he prioritize last?
I think he'd prioritize cure first.
Yeah. You think so?
I think he'd prioritize Indecipherable Runes last. And I think records middle.
Okay, so cure, records, and then the runes book. Yes. Do you think he cares more about the records of like his if we were saying like this is the sport and not necessarily like the school? Do you think he cares more about that? Okay, cool. All right, that's easy enough then. Cure, records, book. Okay. Okay, what would he rather be? Trusted, liked, praised, feared, envied, or imitated? I think liked.
I was going to say
like yeah.
He seems really down to earth. Like he has no trouble just like knowing exactly what to do in like any like kind of like situation. So I'd say liked because I think he really like prioritizes that just kindness.
Yeah, he seems like that kind of guy, yeah.
All right, that's perfect then. Okay. All right, he's confronted with the troll at the river crossing. So I think he would confuse, have all 3 fight, volunteer for the fight, or draw lots to see who fights. I think he would try and confuse the troll. I think he would try and tell us a joke. Yeah.
I think because we said that he like kind of gives off prankster, like I think
Okay. Yep. Yeah. He would use a jinx.
I don't think he would be that into violence. Like I think he'd just be like, haha. Look over there, and then
look over there. Yeah. Okay. Which path would he take? Twisty leafing path, dark lantern lit alley, wide sunny grassy path, or a cobblestone street line with ancient buildings?
I think I'm actually leaning towards cobblestone street.
Yeah. Okay.
Very like interested by it. Like I think we don't think of him as like a very like kind of right on person, but I think like in any sense he'd love to take pictures of it. Like he'd love to take pictures of it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no, I'm into that. Yeah, that seems right to me. Okay. What does he expect people to do after he's passed away? Remember, miss him with a smile. Remember his achievements. Doesn't really care. Spread the stories of adventure.
Miss me with a smile.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like if you think about like the legacy that he already is leaving behind, like coupled with kind of like how he is around his family, how he is around his fans, like absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so what do you think that people are going to remember him as after he's dead? The kind, the great, the intellectual, or the bold?
I would say the kind, right?
I think going right back, the kind.
Okay. I feel like we're just leaning into Hufflepuff territory here. Let's see how this shakes out. Okay, what's Pato's worst nightmare? Everyone forgets him. He's trapped in a dark room. He's standing at a height, or he's being mocked by others.
I think again, trapped in a dark room. Like I think he just would like. I think he just loves being like active. I think he would be like really put off if he was in the dark room.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, what potion is he going to guarantee him?
Honestly, I think knowledge.
Knowledge? Okay.
Yeah.
Why knowledge?
Yeah. Interesting.
I think like he's actually not as calculated as a driver as I think a lot of people think he is. Like I think he's very. This is why like I had such trouble like thinking of he is because I think he's really ambitious when it comes to his driving skills. So I think if he chose the knowledge potion, I think it would be really interesting to see how he would change as a driver, like as a like even taking career paths, like because he's been in kind of the younger Formula series and he's been in the younger IndyCar series and he's associated with both. I'd love to see like what that knowledge would do to him in terms of both like driving strategies.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay.
I like it. Like
it. Okay. The four goblets. So golden potion with the sunspots for dancing around the room, silvery potion that sparkles, the plums and chocolate, or the strange visions.
I think bright sunspots. And you want to know why?
Why?
In his car, he posts this on Instagram all the time. He got like cool like star looking things in his car.
So like in the liner in the top?
Yeah, like on the top, like it has like star looking things. And I feel like he can do the same thing with the ocean.
Okay. All right, yeah, I can see that. Well, I can also see that being applied as like the silvery sparkles too. But you think that's more of like a golden sunspots? Okay, yeah, I can. Okay, that's good. Let's lean into that. Okay, he's approached by a muggle who calls him a wizard. How would he react? Ask them why, agree and offered a sample of a jinx, agreed and walk away, or tell them to call a mental hospital.
I think he'd give a jinx.
Yeah, that just sounds like a prank waiting to happen there.
Definitely just be like, well, you got me.
Yep, you got me. Here's this green candy. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, I love that. What instrument's most pleasant to his ear? Violin, trumpet, drums, or piano? I don't know. Like, I guess like, does he have like a music playlist like that we can look up? Like,
I feel like he'd like drums.
Yeah. Okay.
He'd be very like, well, also because. Or maybe trumpet. Well, because a lot of like Mexican music is a mix of those two. And I think he would be like a kind of like a rap guy, maybe a little bit. Like
I kind of, yeah. I
maybe
feel
the
like
drums.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's go with drums. I feel like that's a good catch because I do see what you're saying with the trumpet and like kind of mariachi bands and stuff like that. But I feel like he's, I feel like he has like a kind of high energy sort of person. Yeah. So drums are definitely high energy. All right, what would his superpower be?
Like Whiplash. Like I feel like that would be like his top 10 movies. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Sounds off like he would like Whiplash.
I just looked it up real quick too. Apparently his karaoke song of choice is Every Time We Touch by Cascade.
Wait, that's actually kind of Amazing.
That is
Because
very.
every time we touch, I get this.
Yeah, that's right. That's perfect.
I would actually pay a lot of money to see
Oh,
that.
that would be hilarious.
I want to see him win a race and then on the podium just be like,
Yeah, perfect. Okay, what's his superpower? Reading minds, invisibility, changing his appearance, changing the past, talking to animals, or super strength? I feel like changing his appearance.
I would say talk to animals.
Talk to animals? Okay.
His dogs, they are the cutest things ever. They're so cute. I don't know what like breed they are, but like he has an Instagram page for like Rocky and like Norby. And, like he would definitely want to.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, talk to them and like, are the treats I'm giving? Are they working for you? Like, is get a little bloated?
All right, perfect. Love that. Okay, what house do you think he would choose to be sorted into? Or would he just say do it?
I think he would just say do it. I think he would like try and pull a Harry Potter and just be like, and, like he would definitely like be like he would definitely just try and recreate the like scene. So
yeah.
I feel like,
are you sure? You could be great, you know.
Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Okay, what is hard for him to deal with? Hunger, being ignored, boredom, cold, or loneliness?
I feel like loneliness.
Probably loneliness, seeing how friendly and affable he seems to be.
Such a vibrant person, and he cares so much. Like I had the pleasure of meeting him when I had gone to Iowa for the Indycar race, and at one point, like I met him on a Friday, and then he got a podium on Saturday. And Sunday, I was walking the pit line, and he recognized me, and he just stopped and was like, "Hey, like, how has it been for you?" And I was like, "Congrats on the podium! I love you."
Oh, that's awesome.
But like, I feel like he's really into making sure that people are like really
like good,
happy. Yeah. So like, I feel like he'd be really sad if he was lonely.
All right. Yeah, like that's good. I like that. Okay, he's in a magical garden. What is he looking at first? A luminous pole with something in it, a statue with a twinkling eye, talking toadstools, or a silver tree with golden apples?
No, this is hard.
Because none of these have like a fun.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the talking toadstools.
I mean,
that might just be hilarious.
I think he'd go for the toadstools. I think he'd be very like baffled by them, so I think he'd love them.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go with that. All right. The four boxes are in front of him. So does he go for the plain black box with the silver rune that was owned by Merlin, the golden box with the carved feet that has secret knowledge and unbearable temptation, a pewter box that says I open only for the worthy, or the tortoiseshell box with the squeaking animal inside?
It's gotta be.
I think the tortoise. I think
the tortoise box.
Yeah.
Okay. Tortoise box. All right.
The big softie.
What would he never want to be called? Ignorant, cowardly, selfish, or ordinary?
I think I'm gonna go with selfish.
Yeah.
I think he'd be like, I think he's definitely a people's person, which is why I'm so dead set on Hufflepuff, because he's just definitely.
I honestly feel like we're leaning in there. I mean, we'll see here in a second, because this is the last question here. So what of the following would he more likely to study? Would he care about centaurs, merpeople, ghosts, werewolves, vampires, goblins, or trolls?
I'm inclined to say ghost, because I feel like he'd do it for the giggles, like be like, guys, I'm a ghost hunter now, Ghostbusters. Like he'd definitely like get the suit and like do the who you gonna call,
or he'd go into a dark house and just be like, "Is anyone here?
Yeah, exactly.
What's your name?
Do you have unfinished business?
Like, the beepers, just be like, how did you die? Like, definitely.
Are you a McLaren supporter?
How do you feel about me? Like, definitely.
I have a friendship bracelet for you. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. All right.
So before we reveal,
what did we say for him?
I said Gryffindor.
I think we all said Gryffindor.
I said Slytherin.
Oh, okay. You said Slytherin, and Gabe and I both said Gryffindor.
Because I was thinking of like he's not that like calculative a driver. Like he's very like ambitious. So I was like maybe like his driving style would reflect like kind of what he's thinking.
Well, guess what we have?
I'm looking at now.
What did he get?
Hufflepuff.
Whoa. Okay. No. Okay. There we go.
He deserves that. He deserves that.
I think this is turning out okay. So just for reference, I gotta say I've taken the quiz. I've taken several Harry Potter quizzes, and I've gotten Hufflepuff like repeatedly.
Same.
Gabe is also Hufflepuff. Reagan, have you?
I'm a Ravenclaw.
You're Ravenclaw. Okay,
very,
so you're outnumbered here. This is just Hufflepuff Nation. You know?
It's Hufflepuff Nation.
I would think a lot of racing drivers would be Slytherins because I'm just thinking of like all of them like want to get into Formula One, like ambitious, like trying their best. But like them being a Hufflepuff also kind of registers now that I'm thinking about it. Like definitely very dead set. Like even just loyalty to the sport. Like they're very passionate about what they're doing. That actually makes sense.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Well, so I would say, so we did pretty much like we pulled an IndyCar driver and we did the F1 Max driver. I definitely think we should do more of these. And I think and just so everyone on the podcast knows, we're definitely planning, like we said, about having future discussions diving more into IndyCar and talking into F1 as well. And I think that what we should do is we should do another one of those to cap off each of those episodes. And maybe what we'll do is we'll do a poll, and we'll see what everybody else will give some people some Fufo fam and some Reagan race Roadie fans to choose what they want to, who they want to hear us sort in.
And I would say definitely tag us too, like on our socials, because that way we will post those to our stories, because this is hilarious.
Yeah, this has been fun. This is great.
So speaking of which, real quick, Reagan, we're really excited to work with you on this one in particular, because we were talking about this. We're saying we got to make like our own fan-run production of Harry Potter. Harry Potter the musical. Like, what would be the equivalent? Okay, so there's Seussical the musical. What would it be for Harry Potter? We should think of the name for that. But whatever that is, we have a whole cast. Oh, wait, I think you have an idea.
There is a Harry Potter musical called Star Kid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
With Darren, Chris, and all.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to my fellow theater and choir kids. Gabe, we got to get you up on Star Kid.
Yeah.
Like you
you gotta catch me up.
You will love it. Yeah. But we gotta real quick get your thoughts on who we put together for our jank production of Harry Potter featuring F1 and IndyCar stars. So we're just gonna kind of name these off. I just want to get your guys' thoughts on it. So we were talking about some of the main characters, and Snape is the one that comes to mind. So Gabe, do you want to go into your selection for the Snape pick?
I mean, I'm gonna say Toto, because I can't, when he wore that black sweater like turtleneck, and he was just like, everybody has a target in the back. I could just imagine him saying like, please turn to page 394.
He reminds me, if you see him, I think he wore a similar sweater to one of his Harvard lectures. And I think so. I don't know if he did. Like, somebody fact check me on that. But even just him doing a Harvard lecture is so like, he definitely was like, what is your issue, Potter? Like,
what is your issue, Potter? It's just it.
You don't like my defense against the dark arts.
Fame isn't everything. Exactly. Fame isn't everything, is it, Mr. Potter? I feel like Toto is definitely gives me some Snake vibes. Just feels very serious about his job.
We have our newest celebrity.
Yeah. Now we did talk about Dumbledore. Dumbledore was hard.
So Reagan, walk us through this our Dumbledore pick here.
Yeah, I said Dumbledore would be Bobby Rahal, because he just has a very powerful like protector father energy, and it's obviously because like his son racist him, but he just has a very sweet aura to him. Like, he cares a lot, and I've had the like just privilege of being able to talk to him and meet him, and he's so passionate about what he does, and he's just so like fixated on it, and it just reminded me so much of like Dumbledore like running Hogwarts. It's just like that.
He's also really known for his epic facial hair, so like that I'm into it. Yeah. All right. Well, Idris.
All right. Next up, we've got Mr. Harry Potter himself.
Yes. Oh, yeah. The big one.
And that person is Gabe. Drum roll.
Charles Leclerc. I mean, But and like not because like he's the boy who lived, but it's just that he is put through so much and so, like still comes out as like this lovable character that everyone wants to see succeed, you know.
So then does that make Ferrari Voldemort, like just incarnate?
Well, I think we were talking about,
like, if you think about it, basically.
Yeah.
Well, I think we were trying to talk about I think we were suggesting too, like what the race teams would be sorted in as far as like houses goes. I thought that like maybe Ferrari could be Gryffindor only because they can never seem to win the Quidditch Cup. Like even though they like have this star drive or the star, seeker, and like they're always winning all these epic matches. Yeah, but like they still just can't get it. But yeah, no, I thought Harry was Charles is like he just goes through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And like he's just like he's constantly being I guess Voldemort is Ferrari because they're just constantly trying to like ruin his life. All the time.
Like,
that was
I just want to win a race, damn it.
Basically.
Yeah. All right, Reagan, this one's up for you. Okay. So you're really excited about this pick. Sirius Black.
Oh, yes. Sirius Black. Wait, hold on. I have to get to this because I was really excited about. Okay. Yeah, Sirius Black. I'm like so happy I thought of this. I said Sebastian Vettel was Sirius Black. Because if you think about it, his prime, like when he was at Red Bull and when he was winning all those championships, people like did not like him. People were like, oh, like you're rude, like you're stuck up, you're nosy, like you're just winning all these races and like we don't like you. Like basically like Max Verstappen, but like of the 2010s. Or I guess late 2000s. And basically now he's just like this loved guy. Like he's so lovable, he's so sweet. And it just reminds me of Sirius Black's character arc. And so I just thought the minute his name popped into my mind, I was like, yes. And so Sebastian Vettel, Sirius Black.
I like it. I love it.
Yeah, and his sudden departure was like when he just gets hit by Bellatrix Lestrange with the curse, and you're just like, it's like just Max Verstappen.
Bellatrix Lestrange Vettel is just Aston Martin. Bellatrix Lestrange is Aston Martin.
Yeah, you know what?
Really? Why you say that?
Because like I just feel like, or maybe you know what it is. Bellatrix could also be Ferrari because like when he joined Ferrari, like he was so close to winning another championship, and it just didn't happen, and then he had to leave.
They just Avada Kedavra that.
Yeah, basically, it killed his championship chances. So
I killed Sebastian Vettel. Oh my gosh. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Wonderful.
So, all right, we've got another couple for you all. This one is really funny. We have our great pick for Rita Skeeter, everyone, and our Rita Skeeter and our jank production of Harry Potter is
Martin Brundle, baby, which is absolutely perfect. Like, just him approaching celebrities on the grid walk is exactly what Rita Skeeter would do.
Yes. Do a rap for me.
Or do you remember?
And like celebrities ignoring him and being like, "I don't really know who you are anyway."
Yeah. And like being just super offensive. Like, do you guys remember? Like, there was I think it was a 2018 like Chinese Grand Prix. He's walking around. He's like, "Does anyone speak English?" Like with the microphone. It's like, dude, what?
Oh my
like,
gosh!
You don't have to do that.
Oh
like,
no!
That's crazy.
Oh my god!
Martin. Oh Martin, what are you doing?
Is anyone here not muggle? Is anyone here a pureblood? It's just like,
any purebloods anywhere.
And when I think she was like, oh, I think she like put like, oh, he has a crush on like Hermione or something. And Mark Brundle always references the wags. Like I've seen like different clips of him talking about like the girlfriends, and I'm just like, they're about to start the race. They're not gonna be like, I do my love.
Martin Brundle is catty. I mean, he is all about that. So yeah, he's all about the drama. Yeah, perfect.
All right, and now we have our best one for last, at least for today, and that is our selection for Dobby on our stage production, our jank stage production of Harry Potter. Dobby is
Yuki. And it's not just because he's short.
That was the first thing that came to mind. I was like, oh my god.
No, it's just because Yuki is always punishing himself.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like
that. But in the retrospect of like he basically he wants to own a restaurant. Like he doesn't want to win a world championship.
Yeah.
He wants to own a restaurant, and that's such a like master is given to Dobby a sock, Dobby's free.
Yeah,
such, like just like random thing that's just like, wait, that makes you so much more precious.
Yeah,
I want to protect you. I want to like encapsulate you and like make sure you get everything you've ever wanted.
Right. Yeah. It's like he's loud, he's animated, he punishes himself constantly, but like ultimately everybody cares about him and wants him to succeed and wants the best for him. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Dobby, perfect choice for Dobby. It's so wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. Well, Reagan, I gotta say, like, we're coming up on our time for today, but thank you so much for joining us today. This has been awesome. And
thank you for having me. This has literally been so fun. Like, it's such a passion thing. Like, you know, you take a bunch of Potterheads, put them in a thing, and it's like, you watch cars go around, tell us something. It worked out so well.
What else are we supposed to do with our free time?
It's literally off season. Like, what else did you expect? Sit here. Like, you either give us fast cars or we do random things.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Well, and honestly, like this is sort of our like, you know, pre-season hype, getting ready sort of thing. It's a super fun idea we were looking forward to doing. And obviously, like, I'm really looking forward to our chats on our F1 chat and our chat about IndyCar as well, and just motorsports in general. Like, I'm just excited to talk more about that stuff. I mean, because obviously, like, talking about Harry Potter and all of that, we can talk about to the end of the, you know, till the cows come home. But like, you know, ultimately, like, you know, we have a huge passion for motorsport and for these open wheel series specifically. Yeah. And I'm really excited to continue these chats, and like I really want to know what everybody else too, like when we pull back this Harry Potter universe stuff back into it, I want to know what everybody else thinks we should be sorting, because I want to sort some more people. That was so much fun.
Because we know the intersection between Harry Potter fans and motorsports fans is a huge circle, right? So,
oh, especially now. Hell yeah. Yeah.
So Reagan, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Race Roadie on Instagram, Race Roadie by Reagan on Spotify, and I'm looking forward to extending as we go and having so much fun. I'm so excited to continue conversations with you guys. It's been a blast for sure.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah. I'm so fantastic. I'm excited. Idris, you want to do our outro for the peeps out there?
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah. All right. So thanks for listening to F1 or F Off. You can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts. If you want to hit us up, you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X, Twitter, Threads, whatever else you got. All at F1 or F Off. One word. The one is the number. So don't type in ONE, because that might not work. I don't know what that would lead to. You can email us at F1 or F Off podcast at gmail.com. Give us a 5-star review or 4.5 star wherever you listen to your podcast, and be sure to share with family and friends. And
who else should we share it with, Reagan? If not family and if not friends, who should we share it to? Should we share it to our other Slytherins, to other Hufflepuffs out there?
Share it to all wizards out there.
Yes. All the wizards, all the muggles.
I guess muggles are like, I guess a lot of muggles are Formula One fans. So
yeah, it's true.
If you're in a magical universe of any kind, and we kind of are, because we're on a floating rock.
Yes.
It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be a great one.
That's perfect. Awesome. Thank you. Well, peace, listeners. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
See you guys soon.